All right, we are on. So, guys, there's some of you will be watching this live. There's some of you who will be watching this on replay. But all in all, I believe you guys will get some value. So, yeah, let me share my screen. Okay, there we go. Now you can see my screen as we speak. Okay, let me share my tab now. Let's go. Okay, now today's training we're talking about basic skills application, and I want to share with you guys. Closing and follow-up is one thing. Most of the times imeshikanishwa. So I want to share with you guys what you need to do after a presentation like the one we had yesterday, the smart money workshop training that we had yesterday at 680 Hotel. Okay, most of the time we are conquered by our fear. People will ask themselves this question. Okay, these are the things that lead us to fear. Okay, people say, I don't know what to do. People say, what is next? Okay, people ask themselves, what will I do now? And let me tell you guys, from this session you'll learn what you need to do. Okay, you need to ask leading questions. Okay, you need to ask questions. I'll recommend this book. Okay, go and read this book by a guy known as Alan Peace. The book is titled Questions Are the Answers. Hiyo kitabu inaitwa Questions Are the Answers by Alan Peace. Go get it. Kuna PDF, kuna watu wako nazo. Get it from the leaders wenye wako nazo, okay? And let me tell you guys, if you ask the right questions, you'll get the right answers. If you ask the wrong questions, you'll get the wrong answers. Now, we have amateurs. Amateurs ni wale watu tu, they are beginners, okay? Amateurs, after presentations, they'll ask their prospects, what did you think? Guys, don't be an amateur. Okay, instead you want to be a professional. Don't be an amateur. At a presentation ikiisha anaanza kuuliza, what did you think? No, you don't ask that. Okay, because once you ask them what did you think, they'll tell you, I think it's a scam, I think it's a pyramid scheme, I think, all sorts of negativity. Okay, don't ask them, is it nice? Okay, if you ask them, is it nice? Most of the people will tell you no. Okay. Now, be a professional. Type in the chat box, professional. Okay. A professional asks the right questions. Okay. A professional will ask, what excited you about the opportunity that I have just shown you? What excited you about the opportunity that you just attended? Okay. Those are professionals. Next. You want to be a professional, guys, okay? You don't want to position yourself as an amateur. You don't want to come as an amateur. You want to come off as a pro, okay? Type pro in the chat box. Up to that point, are you together, leaders? Okay? Now, just a minute. Can you see my slide? Okay. From my end, inaonyesha ni kama imehang. Can you see my slide? Okay. We are from, yeah. We have talked about professionals. Okay, now let's talk about the things you need to do. You need to organize, schedule something known as MAM, M-A-M, meeting after meeting. After a presentation, like yesterday's presentation, after the presentation yesterday, you know our culture. After every presentation yenye tunafanya kwa ofisi, what do? We do an office tour. Get them to our head office. Wacha waende waone head office yetu, because the head office creates more belief. Okay, after the presentation yesterday, what do you need to do? You need to do something known as meet and greet. You meet your prospects, greet them, answer their questions. Okay, mnaweka kwa circle moja. Like yesterday we had different circles. Okay, yes, so meeting after meeting, you do the office tours. Then wakienda pale head office, when they see a physical head office, they gain more confidence. They believe in your opportunity more because they are seeing a physical address. Okay, then do the meet and greet, introduce them to your uplines, let the uplines greet them, and this is what we do? We apply the ABC rule. Everybody type in the chat box ABC, okay? Now, what is the ABC rule? We have the advisor, we have the bridge, and we have the customer, okay? Who is the advisor? Advisor is your upline, advisor is your mentor, advisor is a top earner. Who is the bridge? You, okay? And who is the customer? The person who came and saw your presentation or your product, okay? Use the ABC rule. Now, we have the upline as the advisor or the top earner or the board of directors, okay? Or the training team, members of the Millionaires Club, okay? Speakers Bureau or global ambassadors. Hawa ndo wanaitwa advisors, okay? Hawa ni watu una introduce prospects wako kwao. Now, who's the bridge? The bridge nimesema ni wewe, okay? Then the customer. Who is the customer? It's a guest, maybe a downline or a prospect, okay? Now, from the bridge to the advisor, you see? Yeah. Then we talked about after meeting after meeting, okay? Office tour, meet and greet. We talk about the realization. You create a need, okay? You create something, ni kama create a situation whereby they see the power of this opportunity. They're like, I need to join this because I have seen something that will work out for me. Now, all you need to do, you need the 4 powerful closing questions. Only 4. Kuna kitu inaitwa closing questions, okay? Hauwezi uliza swali yoyote. You need to focus on the 4 closing questions, okay? Number 1, the first question is you ask them, based on what you've just seen, if you were to get started with this company on a part-time basis, approximately how much do you need to earn per month in order to make this worth your time? Ukiuliza mtu swali kama hiyo, atakupea jibu, okay? Anasema mimi nikitengeneza 96,000 Kenyan shillings a month, I'm good to go. Some people will say 100,000 a month, 200,000 a month. Now, you need to listen attentively because ile answer yenye anakupea kwanza itakusaidia hapo mbele when you ask the next questions or when you give them a plan. Now, question number 2, you will ask them, approximately how many hours could you commit each week to develop that kind of income? The income that they told you when you ask them the first question, wakakujibu 96,000, okay? So unauliza, wewe utajitolea masaa ngapi kwa wiki ndio uweze kutengeneza hiyo 96,000 Kenyan shillings? Anajibu 8 hours. Remember guys, why are you asking these closing questions? In your business, you want to attract people who are professionals. Next, you want to attract people who are ready to build the business. You don't want to attract people who will be there, okay? Who the people wenye wanataka wafanyiwe kila kitu, okay? They just want to join and sit without doing anything. These people need to understand from the word go, there is work to do. Okay, and if you ask the right questions, you'll attract the right people. If you attract the right people, biashara yako itagrow haraka because uko na watu wa kusumbui ati I have joined today, I have not seen the money, I have joined today, I want spillovers right now, I have joined today, I want to make 1 million a month. No. Okay, now question number 3, the next closing question, okay? How many months will you be able to work for those hours in order to get that income? Anakwambia 6 months. But remember, most of the time or sometimes their answers are unrealistic, okay? Yes, with 6 months, you need to become a beast, okay? You need to become a beast ndio uweze kutengeneza 100,000 Kenyan shillings each and every month after 6 months, okay? It can be done, but it is rare, okay? Because 6 months haiwezi fanyika hivyo haraka, okay? But just ask them, they will answer you 6 months. But let me tell you guys, to be realistic, it will take like 12 months or even 15 months, okay? Question number 4, ask them, if I could show you how to develop that income yenye alikujibu kwa swali ya kwanza, okay? That income of how much? 96,000 Kenyan shillings per month, working 8 hours per week over the course of 6 months. Will you be ready to get started? Okay, the first 3 questions ndo zinakuguide kwa hii 4th question, okay? the answer they gave you in the first question, the answer they gave you in the second question, and the answer they gave you in the third question summarizes everything and gives you, now you ask for the sale. Okay, will you be ready to get started right away? Unampea order form. Okay, and when you ask questions, you shut up. Okay, unanyamaza, ask questions and shut up. Okay, a lot of people ask questions and they keep talking. You don't do that. You ask questions and you let your prospects answer the questions. Let them talk until waache kuongea. Let them talk. Okay, now the 4 next questions. Okay, we've already talked about the questions, ndo hiyo tumeongelea. Okay, yeah, now those are the 4 questions. Screenshot these questions, the 4 powerful closing questions. Now we're gonna talk about follow-up, which is our main training for tonight. Okay, now follow up. What is follow-up? The purpose of the follow-up is to recontact your prospect. Purpose ya follow-up ni stay in touch na prospect wako, recontact them. Okay, people don't follow up because they don't know what to say. When I was getting started in the business, I was not doing my follow-ups. Why? Sikuwa najua ni nini nafaa kuambia prospect, so nilikuwa naogopa. Fear conquered me. Fear always conquered me. Okay, all you need to do is you always send good news to your prospect. Your goal during follow-up is to keep your prospect excited. Okay, create excitement. Okay, when you keep them excited, they'll always be excited to start the opportunity very soon. Okay, invite them to the next training events. And I've seen a lot of people, when we started our first smart money workshop, the one that we did in February, kuna watu wali invite na jana pia wali invite the same guests. That is how you follow up. Good job. Okay, give them exposure after exposure after exposure. Now remember, the fortune is in the follow-ups, and you need to have research inaonyesha watu wenye wana join biashara mara mingi hawa join instantly. Look at the numbers we had or we have in our big events and Google Meets. Okay, kuna numbers mingi, but watu hawa join instantly. Only a few join instantly. You'll get 10 people joining instantly out of 800 people who attended the presentation, but most people join after at least 4 to 6 exposures. That's why you need to follow up. The people that you invited in your training in the event yesterday, these people watakuja kujoin after 4 to 6 exposures. So keep on following up. Okay, keep following up. Recontact them at a scheduled time. Usipigie tu mtu simu masaa yote, schedule na wao. Okay, schedule, ajue kesho mchana, Monday 3 p.m. ndo utampigia simu, so they expect the call because you told them you will follow up with them. Okay, you told them you will follow up with them Monday 3 p.m. Okay, now you need to understand the process. Understanding the process, how? After the first exposure, after ile exposure ya kwanza, after you invited them into an event like yesterday, or you sent them a video, which is a tool ya presentation, give them something you can use for follow-up, like videos, video testimonials. Okay, leaders wametoa video testimonials, use the videos. Okay, kuna zenye watu wameshikanisha za TikToks before and after their journey, step by step. Use these videos to follow them up after the event vile walikuwa pale jana. Okay, now next. Okay, just a minute, let's go next. Okay, go for the second exposure. The second exposure, remember first exposure ilikuwa nini? Event ama OPP yenye waliona pale kwa ofisi ama kwa event kubwa kama ya jana, ama ulimtumia a presentation ama aliingia Google Meet or a Zoom presentation. Now the second exposure, you schedule the call. Okay, you schedule the call time and monitor if they've done what you talked about. Okay, kama ulimtumia video ama ulimtumia link ya presentation, you'll ask them, did you review the material that I sent you? Did you watch the link? Okay, that's the first thing. Now I'll give you a bonus, guys. What's the bonus? What if they said no? Prospect akikuambia no, watu wengi sasa wao wanashtuka hapa. Oh, prospect rejected me. Guys, rejections are part of the game. Make objections your friend. Okay, objections will teach you a lot of things. Okay, what if they said no? Don't ever be irritated. Mimi naonanga watu wanakasirikia prospect ati yo upline, huyu prospect alikataa kunijoin. Kuna watu wengine hata wanatukananga prospect, anamwambia ndo maana uko maskini. Hapana, okay? Unaambia prospect that's why you're broke, okay? Hata ndo maana una pesa, ndo maana profile picture yako inakaa hivyo. Don't be irritated guys. When you're doing this business, you need to have something known as emotional intelligence, okay? Lazima ukuwe na kitu inaitwa emotional intelligence. Usikuwe mtu unakasirika kasirika. If they tell you no, tell them no problem, I understand, life gets in the way. When do you think you can get started? Take a screenshot of this, okay? Take a screenshot of this script. Anytime somebody tells you no, okay? Anytime somebody tells you no, tell them no problem, okay? I understand, life gets in the way. When do you think you can? Just a minute. Echo. Okay, right now I believe there's no echo, okay? I'm just using the other device na niweze kuwa pamoja na nyinyi, so that tusipotee kwa slide, okay? Now, if it is still vague, make sure to get another time commitment, okay? Kama no yao iko na wasiwasi, okay? Unaona kuna mtu anakwambianga no but they like, you know, they can join, okay? Give them another time commitment, okay? Yes. Give them another follow-up commitment, follow-up schedule, okay? Now, remember, a no just means not now, but it doesn't mean a no forever, okay? I've seen people when I was starting in this industry in 2018 nikianza, nimeona watu nilipresentia hii biashara ile wakati wa 2018 na waku join, they gave me no. Let me tell you guys, these people came and joined me 3 years later. Mtu anakuja na kujoin 3 years later. You can imagine. 3 years later. Na mimi ningeweka wasiwasi, kama ningemwambia huyu mtu, ningetukana huyu mtu ama nimuongeleshe vibaya, hange ni join, okay? Some people will join you 6 months later, others 12 months later. Remember, they are watching, okay? So what if they said no? Just tell them, I don't want to waste your time. Just give me a time when you are sure you can, and I don't care what day this is, whatever works for you. Anaona, by the way, you're not needy. Kuna watu wengine wanakaanga like they are needy. Yani, you'll get some people telling prospects, join me, okay? Join me so that I make money, okay? Ni join tu, ni join tu. The moment umeanza kuwa kwa position yenye unaambia prospect, ni join tu nitengeneze hata 6,000. Wewe ndo mtu wangu wa kwanza. We, unakosea, okay? Yeah. Ni join tu, ndio hata mimi nitengeneze pesa, hata mimi ni mgeni, ni support tu. Don't do that. Okay? Yeah, you don't say that. Be a professional. Don't be needy, because guys, whatever you have is a gold mine, okay? Uko na gold mine. Type in the chat box gold mine, okay? So once you have a gold mine, in fact, people should be the ones begging you, okay? Begging to join you, but not vice versa, okay? Now, remember, what if they said no, you set another date and schedule for the next call or follow-up. Schedule, okay? There's always more time. There's always next time, okay? Now, objections. Hii ndio huwa inatisha watu wengi sana, okay? A lot of people are afraid to be rejected, okay? A lot of people are afraid of objections. Guys, make objections your friend. Type in the chat box objections, okay? If you learn how to handle objections, utaishi kutengeneza pesa, okay? If you learn how to handle objections, you'll make the big money, okay? Now, what if they say an objection? Objection is different with questions, okay? And objections are natural. Objections si maswali. Objections ni kitu wameweka, ni kama barrier, okay? Ni kama wameweka wall, okay? So objections come because of doubt or disbelief. Maybe they're doubting you, they're doubting themselves, or they don't believe in the industry, or they don't believe in themselves. No worry, I'll teach you guys how you can handle objections like professionals from now henceforth, okay? Now, we have two types of objections, okay? We have the doubts, na zinaitwa limiting self-beliefs, okay? The limitings, we have two categories of objections. Number one ni the doubt, yenye ni limiting belief to self. Ni yeye mwenyewe anajishuku, anaona hii haiwezi mfanyia kazi. There's someone I was talking to the other day, nikamtumia presentation, akaniambia thank you, but a lot of people have been approaching me with these online businesses, okay, but I think it's not my thing, okay. People will tell you, I think it's not my thing, I think it's not my cup of tea, okay. Yes, because they don't believe in themselves, okay, they doubt themselves, okay. The next category of objection is doubt, okay, but hiyo doubt bado ni the same kama ile doubt ya kwanza, ni vile hii ni limiting belief to the industry, okay. They don't believe in the industry. That's why I'm telling you guys, ndo watu waweze kuwaamini, you need to be professionals, not amateurs, okay. Right now you need to position yourself online as a professional. You need to position yourself in your business as a professional, because sisi wenye tuko hapa ndani kwa industry, we are the only people that can make the outsiders believe in the industry. So if we do things like amateurs, people will never believe in this industry, okay. Remember, once you are in network marketing, you have to come into reality with the fact that a lot of people will not believe in our industry, okay, because watu wengi wanaona hii ni biashara gani inafanywa hivi, okay. Yes, so it is your work to put strength in the industry by being a professional, okay. Be a professional, okay. Act, talk, move like a professional. Up to that point, are we together, guys? If you're following, give me a fire emoji in the chat box kama hadi hapo umeelewa, okay. I hope I'm not going fast. Now, if people have limiting beliefs to themselves, you'll get objections like, I don't have money, okay. People will tell you, I don't have money, sina pesa, okay. Next, I don't have time. Hizi ndo objections utapata, okay, because mtu akona limiting self beliefs, okay. I don't have time, okay, that is not my line. Vile nimwambia the guy who told me that is not their cup of tea, I'm not good on that, I don't know anyone. Some people will tell you, mimi nimeona hii biashara yenu inahitaji watu, lakini mimi sina watu, I don't know anyone. Guys, yani nani ajui mtu, unaona? People will give you all sorts of objections, okay. You can imagine someone is telling you they don't know anyone. Are they a tree? Yeah, ni mti kweli, okay. Some people will tell you, oh, I'm too young. Others will tell you, I'm too old, I can't do this, okay. Kuna mtu anakujanga anaona event anakwambia, hii biashara nimeona kwa hizo success stories umenipea ni vijana tu, ama kuna mtu anakwambia hii success story umenipea ni wazee tu, okay. I can't speak English, kuna watu watakwambia hivyo, unaona. Yeah, people will give you all sorts of objections, but remember these objections ni zenye wao wenyewe zinawa limit, okay. Yes, kuna wenye watakupea hizo objections, and how do you give the best answer? You act as a consultant. Type in the chat box, guys, consultant, okay. You act as a consultant. Now, as a consultant, ukienda pale hospitali utapata daktari ni consultant, okay. Now, at this point when you're handling objections, mtu akikupea hizo objections zao, you need to relate, okay. Relate. How do you relate? Tell stories. Type in the chat box, storyteller, okay. Become a good storyteller. Stories sell, facts tell. I'll repeat, stories sell, facts tell. So be good at giving out stories, okay. After umepeana story, ask a question. Na hiyo question ni if I will you. This is the best question. After amekupea objection, unaona, if I will you, and I'm gonna give you examples on how you can do that, okay. If I will you, okay. But remember, first you tell a story ndo waweze kurelate na wewe, okay. You want people to relate ndo wasione like hii kitu ni ngumu, okay. Yes. Now, mtu akikupea objection like I don't have time, you tell them, remember the 3F formula. Kuna kitu inaitwa the 3F formula, letter F tatu, okay. You tell them, I feel you, I felt the same way, and I found out that, okay. Someone can type in the chat box the F formula, feel, felt, found, okay. So namwambia, I get you, I feel you, I understand, I felt the same way before, but here is what I found out, I have time, okay. Kama mtu amekupea objection ya time, okay. Especially when your dreams will come to reality, for sure we can find time. So watarelate nayo, wanaona by the way, kama hii biashara inaweza ni pair dreams zangu turn into a reality, then I can find time for it. Okay, because guys, it all boils down to priorities. Hakuna mtu ana time. Okay, inasemekananga if they want they will find a way. Okay, yes, if they want they'll create time. Okay, yes. Now unamwambia let me tell you a story. Remember, ulimuongelesha hapo, ulirelate naye, then unampea sasa story. Unamwambia let me tell you a story. Our top one last year was a hairdresser before, and she also thought that she didn't have time, but after receiving and seeing her income increase, she made this business full time, and now she's one of our top earners. Now you give a story, a brief story. Umepeana story fupi kama hiyo. Number one, ulirelate, ukampea story. Next, let me ask you a question. Guys, remember the 3-step formula of what? Answering objections or handling objections. Number one, you relate, tell a story, ask a question. Hizo tatu. How you handle any objection? You relate, tell a story, ask a question. Guys, type in the chat box, relate, tell a story, ask a question. Type in the chat box, relate, tell a story, ask a question. That is a 3-frame formula of answering or handling objections. Okay, ulim relate nae through the 3F formula: feel, felt, found. Okay, I feel you, I felt the same way, and I found out that. Next, you tell them a story, like the previous story of our top one was a hairdresser. Okay, now you ask a question. You tell them, let me ask you a question. What if I can show you a way to make time on this opportunity and a marketing plan that will fit your schedule and at the same time create extra cash flow? Will you be willing to go to the next step? Shut up, let them answer you. Okay, unanyamaza. Ndio sasa umemuuliza swali, umempea suluhisho. Okay, ukamuuliza swali, then they'll definitely tell you yes. Okay, 2 categories of objections. Kuna ile ya objection ya kwanza tumeongelea ni objection ya mtu kusema I don't have time, ni limiting self belief, ni wao ndo wanajidoubt. Okay, sasa kuna hii the next category of objection whereby people doubt our industry. Okay, they don't believe that network marketing works, they don't believe that this is real, they don't believe that this is a legit business plan. Okay, so people will ask you, is this MLM, is this network marketing? Usishtuke. Okay, is this a scam? Okay, some people will tell you it's all the same. Okay, is this a pyramid? Okay, I don't want networking, I don't want to bother my friends. All sorts of objections hizo zote, but remember easy objections ni juu wana doubt industry, si ati wana kudoubt. Okay, so anytime you get such objections, just know that these people doubt the industry but not you. So how do you give the best answer when it comes to this? You just need to relate, you tell a story, ask a question, screenshot that, guys. Okay, screenshot this. This is how you handle any objection in the world. Okay, any objection kwanzia leo prospect akikupea objection, because I know guys mara mingi mnasumbuka kwa follow up. Any objection ukipata, the 3-frame formula or the 3-step formula: first of all, relate, tell a story, ask a question. Now at this point, how do we relate to this? Okay, how do we relate to this? Remember the question to me, if I, will you? Okay, so mtu anasema I don't like network marketing. Tell them I get you, I understand you, I feel you, I felt the same way before, but here is what I found out. Almost 90% of people in network marketing have the same thinking like you before they started, and now they are successful. Guys, hata mimi nikianza biashara, let me tell you, when I saw the presentation, mimi nilishuku. Nilikaa hivi nikaambia leader Tom, hii ni biashara gani? Unaambiwa ulete mtu na lazima atoe pesa. Mimi sijaiona biashara kama hii, because most of the time tunaamini biashara ni kufungua pale duka ya M-Pesa, canteen, unaona, duka ya mkate na maziwa. So mtu anakuja anakuambia kuna biashara ndio lazima ujenge team, na kuna team ya left na right. Kwanza hapo ndo alinichanganya zaidi. Nikaambia leader Tom, hapa kuna mchezo wa town. Okay, yes, so a lot of people will think that kuna mchezo wa town. Okay, but let me tell you guys, as much as people have limiting beliefs, in our industry, ni kazi yako kukuwa consultant uweze kuhandle your objection through relating, sharing a story, asking a question. Okay, so at this point umerelate, amerelate na wewe after umemwambia hivyo. Okay, they relate. Now we tell stories. Let me tell you a story of our top 11 earner who was a serial seller before and has his own family. He didn't like network marketing before, but after he started Bvoy, he now has 2 cars and is building his own house. You've given a story inauza. Kuna stories mingi kwa slides zetu, you know, stories, we have powerful testimonials. Open the stories. Okay, ukitaka follow up yako na closing ikuwe rahisi, kila mtu aende. Kama kuna pahali kwa photo gallery yako kuna kitu inaitwa album, iandike hapo testimonials. Transfer all the powerful stories that we share with you guys in our WhatsApp groups on a daily basis. Transfer all those testimonials into one album yenye inaitwa testimonials. Open a new album in your photo app in your phone, weka zote hapo so that ausumbuki. Anytime you can just share these powerful stories with your prospects. Okay, or even your new downlines. Okay, now ask them a question. Let me ask you a question. What if I can show you a way to make sure, what if I show you, I can show you a way to make you see that network marketing is a life-changing opportunity, while at the same time create extra cash flow for you? Will you be willing to go the next step? You ask a question and you shut up. Okay, yeah, remember that. Okay, unauliza na unanyamaza. Yeah, atakujibu yes. So the goal in answering objections, what is your goal? The first goal, when you look at that picture, ni picha ya daktari. Okay, amevaa ile gown ya daktari na kuna ile kitu ya kupima heartbeat. Okay, yeah. Now when you go to a doctor, you can imagine uende kwa daktari, ufike tu hivi mwambie wewe ni mgonjwa, alafu ameanza kukutolea madawa, si utatoroka? Hujamwambia hata uko mgonjwa wapi, amekupea dawa na kwambia enda umeze hizi. Okay, enda umeze Panadol na utakuwa sawa. Sasa hiyo maybe uko na malaria, anakupea Panadol, unaona? Yeah, but a doctor will ask you, okay, once you go there, anakuuliza when did you start feeling this way? Unamwambia jana usiku. Anakuuliza swali lingine, apart from kukohoa, do you feel like uko na fever? Okay, do you have a running nose? Okay, yes. Apart from hiyo kuna kitu kingine unamwambia, saa zingine nasikia naumwa na tumbo, saa nyingine nasikia niko na sore throat nikikohoa ni uchungu, unaona? Yeah, it is a dry cough. Okay, yeah. So the doctor will ask you those questions before giving you the right prescription. Why? They are consultants. So at this point, guys, hata unafaa kukuwa consultant. Number 1, that is the goal in answering objections. You become a consultant. Number 2, don't be defensive, don't be offensive. Okay, kuna watu wanataka you don't want to try to win. Don't try to win. Okay, don't be defensive, don't be offensive, usikasirike. Okay, ask powerful questions. These are the goals of answering objections. Okay, you need to listen attentively and relate with the person. As much as guys you want to make the commissions, because ukifollow up we kazi yako tu unaona, hey, this person needs to join with the biggest package, I need to make money. Okay, my bills, I want to pay my bills. Guys, you will pay your bills, but you need to help these people understand what industry we are in, and you need to help these people understand how they'll also get paid from our business. So you need to listen attentively. Okay, listen to their concerns, listen attentively. Ule mtu anasikiza vizuri ndo atalipwa sana, and relate with the person. Okay, people like people who like them, people like people who can relate with them. Okay, so your goal in answering objections is education and understanding. Okay, you need to educate these people. Your goal is to educate these people, show them why network marketing is powerful, show them why joining Bvoy will change their life, show them how they can tap into our personal development program and our mentorship and support program. Wasaidie waelewe, educate them and help them understand. Up to that point, are you together, guys? And with all that said, guys, it's like we've come to the end of our presentation. Okay, from whatever you've learned today, all you need to do, guys, number 1, apply. Okay, application. Kila kitu nimekufunza the shortest training. Okay, the shortest and yani kitu mtu yoyote anaweza elewa kuhusu follow up na closing. Okay, this is the shortest. and it is the easiest. Okay, so number one, apply. Kila kitu umelearn, apply. Number two, adapt. Okay, adapt kwa changing, kwa different objections. Okay, participate. Unaona, kaa hapo, participate, unasikiliza, you participate in this conversation. Okay, how do you participate? You listen. Next guys, you practice. Fanya follow ups kesho, fanya follow up question, fanya follow up calls hata 10 kesho. Okay, na utapata different objections and you keep on practicing. If you do this for the next 1 week, kila siku unapiga different follow up calls, you'll become a beast. Itakuwa rahisi, hata utakuwa unahitaji script because imestick kwa akili yako. So guys, enjoy the leverage. Okay, and remember, it all boils down to you. Okay, everything boils down to you. And remember, there's this saying, a powerful saying from Albert Schweitzer. He says, success is not the key to happiness. Okay, happiness is the key to success. If you love what you're doing, you will be successful. Okay, you need to fall in love with the game, guys. You need to fall in love with doing these follow-ups. Okay, lazima upende follow-ups. You must fall in love with doing the closings. You must fall in love with handling objections. Okay, yes, and success will take care of itself. Okay, so at this point, guys, I want to tell you thank you very much to everyone mwenye ameweza kukua kwa hii presentation since we started. That was powerful, that was powerful. Nimeweza kushare na nyinyi. Okay, at least you guys have learned 1 or 2 things.